Hey up, how do, and welcome to our second episode today of Loose Lips. That's right. We've returned back. This is series 3. The first chat was with JANELLE, the incredible lead singer of Crazy P. We spoke about Glastonbury. We spoke about the origins of Crazy P. Beautiful chat. Definitely go check that out. And if you want to check any of the previous Loose Lips chats out as well, then make your way to YouTube and go to Pop Cult Chic, or likewise on Instagram, go to pop.cult.chic and you'll find everything there as well. This is a Glastonbury special today. So now we're going to be speaking with my cousin, Jason Brown, and we're going to be speaking about all things of life of West Holts. So he's going to send me his request. Once he does, we'll be away with the Glastonbury love, because it is the best place. And shout out to the BBC as well, who over this weekend were unbelievable with their itinerary and set list that they put forward. It properly took me back to being there, man. I miss Glastonbury so much. Yes, how are you?
How's it going, bro? You good?
Good, mate. Really, really, really good. You know, I'm
Is
happy to be doing these again.
Is my volume all right? Is my technical stuff sounding okay?
Yeah, man, everything's cool. Even the positioning of the vase.
That's not down to me. That's down to her. That she's a bit of a back making your backdrop look at me. So she's good.
Yeah.
Man. She's good. Yeah.
2 thumbs up, man. Aesthetically, it's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10. I do subtly I do rate people's backdrops, like just my own internal score. But yeah, we've never had a vase before, so I'm like, okay, we'll take that.
Well, we've got a vase. We've got I don't know if you can see it. We've got the main man himself, Evis.
Is that Evis?
Yeah. It's one of the drawings that we brought back. We get loads of stuff, you know what I mean? So one of the things that we got for free, you know what I mean, while we're down there. Yeah. And if you look up there, you've got this it's the now if you go to Glastonbury on a regular, you'll see the Glastonbury Free Press. And this is a paper that's released every day while you're at Glastonbury. And it tells you, it gives you a backdrop on what's happened the day before and what's going to happen over the weekend. And this was the year, Yeezy like Sunday morning. That was the day after Yeezy played, and that was from the day after Flo Joe played. Go with the flow. So, but that's the Glastonbury tribute in it. That's the Glastonbury Evening News. So I've got loads of them. I've got you know something. I've got absolutely loads of bits and bats that I thought to myself, you know what, I can't just have a backdrop with loads with just every Glastonbury backdrop.
You should have a shrine though. I'd have a proper shrine.
Would you? You know something? I thought about it, but I'd need my own space for that. Maybe when I get my man cave. I mean,
I'm going to say it's a good excuse to get a man cave, innit?
Oh yeah, when I get my man cave, I'll be on it. Most definitely.
Just call it a Glasto museum rather than a man cave, and it'll be like, oh yeah, and then build it towards that, and then it's like, no, actually, it is a man cave, like fully.
yeah. Well, it is, isn't it? It isn't it? But no. Are you missing it this year?
Do you know? I'm not gonna lie, right? I felt to myself, I've prepared. You know, it's like, all right, there's nothing that's happened this year. They announced it early doors. I was like, yeah, all right, it's sound. Next year, it's all good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This BBC weekend, as ace as it's been, I mean, I have to verbally apologise to my neighbours right now because, like, the volume I was playing, the music, just because I wanted to be in that crowd, man. I was like hugging the speakers. It was just, but do you know what? I was watching Blur last night, and it made me really overly realise just how blessed I am. Like, you know, I'm always blessed, and I always believe I'm blessed to be there. Me and Glasto have a special connection, right? But to almost not just watch the performances of people I didn't see while I was there, but watch performances that I saw there years later, and just be like, wow, this is a moment. I was there. Like, check yourself, man. That's like blessed.
No, it is. It's like
that's what I was saying to myself. So I've missed it. I've been emotional, but I'm like, I've processed it in a way that I'm just like really heartfeltly grateful to that place and have been there.
I think at the time you don't really experience. You don't really take in the experience. You're taking in everything except the experience. Yeah. But what? Wait a minute. Let me just show you something. Yeah. It's crazy, yeah. Try to get in on my little show, you know what I mean? On my little frigging show. Try to get in on it. You know what I mean? Can't come in and get some, I don't know what it was. This is our office room, really. Our spare bedroom is really our office. But yeah, she did come in to get some. I don't know. Oh, this bag, but no, like I said to you, like I was saying, you don't really take in the experience. You don't really take it in until you've rewatched it. And then when you rewatch it, then you remember, oh my gosh, it's like yesterday. I watched JANELLE MONAE.
Yes.
And she was on our stage, and I looked after her all day that day. Well, most of the day. And literally while she's on stage, I'm just sat at the back. You can see me sat on a chair on stage.
Are you back left? Are you stage left?
I'm stage left. I'm sat on a chair. I've got my shorts on. I've got my wellies on. I've got my glasses on, and I'm just sat there because it's like it's just what we can do. Do you know what I mean? And it's like when you're taking care of the artist, when you get introduced to them, and we all get allocated certain people, and you get introduced to them, and then it's like, right, okay, they're in the hospitality, and you have to make sure they've ate, and you have to make sure they've got in on stage. You have to make sure they've got the right people around them. But sometimes, I mean, when they're coming in with these entourages of like 20, 25, and you're like, right, okay then, 10 of you are gonna have to stand. Well, no, I need them all on stage. You know what I mean? It's one of that. I need them all here. I need them all. And it's like, right, okay, I'm not the stage coordinator. I'll speak to them. Do you know what I mean? But you're just there to make sure that they're in the right place at the right time. Maybe I need to explain what it is I actually do down there first.
Fair.
Yeah. So basically, I work with. It's the West Holts.
Good point. I'm really, because I'd have just continued, because obviously I know, so I'm just rolling. But that makes the interview better for everyone else. Sorry, you are right. Let me do it in more of an interviewing way. So, all right. Yeah. So, would you like to let people know what you do?
I go to Glastonbury and I enjoy it. No, we go to Glastonbury. We do enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, but it's also work. But I've been going since 2010, and we actually work for the West Holts stage. Now, the West Holts stage used to be the Jazz World stage back in the days. I think it changed from Jazz World to West Holts somewhere about I think it was mid-90s, early 90s, mid-90s. It changed from Jazz World to West Holts. And the special thing about the West Holts stage, Jazz World stage, is that it's its own independent entity within Glastonbury. And I don't think many people knew that. It's its own entity, whereas it's actually run by the same people that started it at the very, very, very beginning. So it's got the original management, the original ground staff, the original site manager from way back then. Yeah. So they've got an affinity with the Jazz World, and Mike Leavis also has an affinity with it. So he says, right, you lots do your own thing, and we'll take care of the rest of the festival. And that's literally how it goes.
So is it still Glasto who books, or is it West Holts who books?
West Holts book for Emily doesn't have nothing to do with West Holts. Regardless, I mean, we get the a budget off them, off the family, and then it gets spent on the artists. But they're literally tracking down the artists 2 years before their actual date. So this is how West Holts works. It's like JANELLE MONAE. I knew she was coming 2 years before she even got there. Do you know what I mean? And because
sorry, go on.
No, and it's like most of the West Holts staff and stewards and people that work on West Holts, they're proper, really music orientated. They're not just there for the party and for the glamour. They literally are music real orientated, and all of them can play instruments. They're into instruments. They're into jazz. They're into the different styles of music, because West Holts is the stage.
Music stage, innit?
You will get everything on that stage. Yeah. Oh, you'll get everything on there. From the Philharmonic Orchestra right down to, like I said, JANELLE MONAE, right back up to now Rogers. If you watch his set, I'm backstage and I'm at the back of his set all the time. You know what I mean? It's the West Holts stage is an entity of its own. Do you know what I mean? And everybody, and with the MONAE stage, with a nightclub, with a club. So everybody comes to our club.
Is that after the festival?
Right, that's after the festival. When the festival, at night time, when the stage is closed down, so when the stage is closed down at about, 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm doing my thing outside the wine bar, the West Holts bar, that's what it's called. So the West Holts bar stays open all night, but it's the only bar, it's the only stage with a bar that stays open all night. So we get everybody, even from the pyramid stage, coming to our wine bar.
I managed to plug in one year. I managed to plug in 2009. Like we went in and they're like, "Are you workers?" We're like, "No." You had to show something. We were just like, "No, we're just good people." And they're like, "Just come through." And that was it, man. Like we were there for hours.
Oh no, we get that all the time. The amount of times I've had people walking past and looking, and they'll slyly look, and then they'll think, "Can we actually go in here?" And then they'll walk to "Can we get in here?" And I'll say, "Well, if you're asking, it means you can't." Exactly. If you're asking if you can come in, then you know you can't. Do you know what I mean? And
style it.
Oh yeah. We get a list. We get a list of bands that are allowed in. So you can't imagine how many different bands there is for us to check. So when we look, and then we'll see a band, and it could be green with purple stripes, or it could be green with yellow dots, and they both mean something totally different. One of them means they can come in, but they can't go to the bar. The other one might mean, you can get to the stage area, but you can't go to the complimentary area or the hospitality. So you have to be on the ball all the time. Do you know what I mean? On the ball.
So I want to sort of finish with one thing more with JANELLE, and then move on to like a bit more of the intricacies, like you were saying, because it is like that world that I want to like decode, really, because it's a side we don't see. But JANELLE was one of them performances, right, which I didn't get to see at the time, and I watched it back, and I still think it's up there as one of the best performances ever at Glastonbury, even compared to the ones that I've seen. And that was a proper her becoming her star, like, you know, that put her on the map. So to say that they found her 2 years before, and it just felt like everything just came to this one moment.
It's funny how things happen, because you think to yourself, who are these people that they're trying to book? Who are these people that try to book? I've never heard of this person. And it's like you do your own research, and you know what I mean, you Google them and you find out what's actually going on with them and their music. And the thing is, when I Googled JANELLE, she was actually an act. Well, she'd done a thing in that, and some kind of program, some acting. She'd done some acting, and I'd seen her, and I thought to myself, where do I know her from? And then I was watching another. Festival. I think it was another festival that was based somewhere in America. It was a couple of years before, and it showed the clip of her on the stage. And I thought to myself, it was James Brown, the way she dances.
Yeah.
She dances like James Brown. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, is it a man? Is it a woman? Then I thought, JANELLE, is that a man's name? Is it a woman's? And then when I seen her, I thought, right. But and then when she got to Glastonbury, and we seen her on Triage, and she's got like a live band, and she's got loads of it's like she's based herself on the old school type of performance, the really entertaining, getting down with the crowd, and she's on stage dancing, switching her feet, and then they've got the backing singers, you've got the male backing singers, you've got the female backing singers, you've got the brass band, you've got she's amazing. She's got a lot to watch, but she conducts it all herself from the front of the stage as well. And I could, you know what I mean? And it's and if you're not really at the back of the stage, you can't really see when they turn around, and then they're facing the crowd all happy and and then they'll turn around and say to the band, "Fucking speed up!" It's like that side of stuff we see, and I'm like, bloody hell, you know what I mean? And then you'll see somebody running around and trying to relay her message to another part of the band. Do you know what I mean? And then, but it happens flawlessly half the time. You don't at the front, you don't see it, but at the back, you see everything. Do you know what I mean?
How do they get to sound check all the bands and stuff? Because obviously there'll be bands on while they should be sound checking.
Yeah. Right. Well, this is the thing. The main what they do, the sound check all the bands first thing in the morning. So they'll know you've got the order of play and the order of artists that are coming on, and they'll be usually the artists are there a couple of hours before the start. It's only very rarely they're not. Outcast, when Outcast was on at our stage, they literally turned up 15 minutes before they was on stage, and then they wanted Kentucky chicken before they went on stage. Yeah, but these are the things that they've asked for, and and then they're going to the hospitality room, and they're like, yeah, we've got sparkling water, we've got Belvedere, we've got this. Where's the fried chicken? Where's the fried chicken? And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, we have to send somebody out for fried chicken. We have to send somebody out of the complex for fried chicken. Yeah. And
so not actually from just like a stall inside. You had to
no. This guy wanted Kentucky fried chicken, and I was trying to say, well, there's a West Indian stall. Do you want some of that? Like, West Indian, yeah. Well, bring some of that, but we'll still want some Kentucky. But the thing is, by the time we got on the West Indian food, brought it in. By the time the Kentucky came, they'd already come off stage. They were allowed to come off stage. They're done. And it's like, so the big box of Kentucky sat there, and they're like, yeah, we'll just take that with us, and they just give it to the band or something. But you know what I mean, when the one, some of the things that they ask for is ridiculous. Well, not ridiculous. I can say some of, but it's like I forgot her name, Rita Ora. She come in and she wanted a place full of white flowers. She just wanted white flowers and sweets and fruit. She didn't want no alcohol in there. And it's funny saying that she didn't want no alcohol in there, because when I was with her the same night, because I was with her most of the day, she got absolutely smashed in the bar. Smashed. That's probably why she didn't want no alcohol in there. You know what I mean? And it's like you hear a lot of things about Rita Ora, don't you? And it's like and it's like yeah. I know she's a nice woman. She's all right.
She's on a level, isn't she? She just enjoys life.
Yeah, she does. She don't watch anybody. She just does what she's doing. And she does what she's doing, and she's more of a party girl than anything else. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, she's a nice girl. Nice girl.
So tell us about like you say, the different bands and stuff then, because take us on a tour, like backstage. So you've got hospitality, but so how would it be if I'm a band and I'm coming in and I've just done my sound check, and then where would I be positioned?
Right. Well, it'll probably be your manager probably be your sound manager that does the sound check. So what the sound manager for your band will come in by himself. Probably the band won't even be there. He'll give the instructions to the sound desk manager exactly how he wants the desk. Then he'll go back round the front and then put his headphones on. Then the sound manager will then actually play the sound manager will actually play how they want it in his headset. It'll come outside. It'll come out in the main speakers loud, but not too loud, because everything has to be done at low level. And then once it's because usually it's just based on it's just based on. I think they know exactly how they want their mixing desk leveled out, and once they've got it like that, they'll know. And if you don't really get them coming on stage for a sound check before they perform, so it's done blindly. There's
a lot of trust in that, isn't there?
Oh yeah, but then you're talking about 90% of the time they get it right, because when the artists do come on, then that's when you do the last bits of tweaking. Yeah. You do the last bits of tweaking when the artist is actually on, and then after that, it's totally up to their mixing desk and their sound man, where they want to put up or put down. But it's actually done blind. Do you know what I mean? So the band's not actually there when they're doing the sound check. And it's funny. So they'll put in a tape or something from the band, or it'll be an instrumental that they know should sound like. So then they'll base all their sound check off one instrumental that the band's done, and they'll base all the sound check just off that. And it could be only last about 2 minutes, and they'll level all the equalizers off that instrumental. Yeah. So it's easy that way. And then once the band gets in, the first thing the band will do is probably say, we don't want nobody on stage. We want this, we want that, and then they'll come in, and it's like I'm going on like they're all a bit needy. Most of the artists that come in, I don't even know who they are until I know who you are. Do you know what I mean? So they'll come in on coach, they'll come through the gates, they'll get escorted. It depends. They'll get escorted from from the farm, from Evis's farm down to the stage. Sometimes you actually have to go up for them in the golf buggy.
Yeah,
so I'll
man.
in the golf buggy and bring them down with Rita. That's what I had to do. Drive up to the house for her, bring her back down, then bring her and entourage back down, put them backstage. Then they'll walk into the press room and get all their badges. So they'll get the badges, the passes. Everybody that's involved on stage will get a stage pass. It's just for that day, you know what I mean? So they'll get stage passes, then they'll get a food voucher, because we've got under hospitality, we've got some of the best chefs behind there. You wouldn't believe it, yeah. They'll use the toilet, and then they'll first of all they'll look at you and they'll think, "Is there a toilet?" And you'll go, "Yes, there is," because what they think they look at the drop toilets now.
Yeah.
Not many people might have not experienced the drop toilets in Glastonbury, but yeah, it stinks and they are disgusting, and not many of the artists want to use the drop toilets. So when you go behind stage, they've got porcelain toilets, porcelain cabins with toilets in them and sinks. So you literally at home. You got showers, you know what I mean? You're literally at home. Your bathroom is kitted out like it is at home. And
are they all in their own porta cabins, or is there like a proper community where like you've got, for example, like Wu-Tang Clan kicking it with like C6 or something?
Right. Well, this is it. And the thing is, and it's funny you mentioned C6 because he's a really good guy. You know what I mean? And it's like I didn't know who he was until I went on stage, and then I literally stood on stage with him for a bit. You know what I mean? And most is a cool guy, really cool guy. Yeah, he was twice my age, but proper cool. Yeah, proper cool. But no, what they tend to do is because we do have a camping area that's behind stage, but that's usually reserved for all the sound, all the stage technicians, the sound men, and the people that are coming in to make sure that security as well, because sometimes they have their own security. So if they bring their own security will be allowed to camp in the camping area. That's if they're staying longer than a day. Not many people do stay longer than a day. Some of them just come in, do the show, hang around for a bit because it's Glastonbury, and then they go. But some of them will stay because it's like first time at Glastonbury. Wow, now they've got a badge, and that's it.
I thought more would stay.
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? A lot of people are really busy, and the thing is, you get a lot of people that aren't even on the Glastonbury roster that'll come down and then want to stay. You know what I mean? So it's like they'll come in with, like Rita Ora, she came with MIA. Yeah. Yeah, she came with MIA. So the thing is, MIA wasn't on stage, but Rita Ora rocked. But then MIA came in and got all the privileges Rita Ora did. Do you know what I mean? And then they said to her, "Oh, have you got somewhere to stay?" And then if she hasn't got a tent or anything like that, then there is like porta cabins or Winnebagos round the back that they can actually stay in. Yeah. But she'll probably only have it for a day until the other artists come in, or it's you know what I mean? So it's how it works. It's like we've only got 4 or 5 round the back, but it's first come first serve type of thing. Yeah. Yeah, but no, it's they do try the best though, because if you wanted to stay and if they want you to stay and you want to stay, then they'll find you somewhere to stay. That's how. I mean,
are they all mingling one another though? I just imagine like you could have like Anderson .Paak just like rocking back and someone else who would, you know, like all these potential collaborations.
Do you know what it is? It is a melting pot, and when you see them all together, and when you see them, it's like, look, I'll tell you one thing about now I don't remember his name. That vampire movie, not vampire movie, the vampire werewolf movie. Is it called? And it was about 3 of them. There were 3 or 4 of them. And do you know which movie I'm talking about? And he's an actor. He's an actor, male actor. He's a vampire. And there's
Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, him.
Twilight.
Right, Robert Pattinson from Twilight. Now he was seeing Tisa. Yeah. Now, Robert Pattinson was actually seeing. I forgot that artist's name. And he just turned up, and I just seen this guy walking in, and then I've seen my daughter. She's gone. That's Robert Pattinson. That's Robert Pattinson. That's Robert. And I'm like, what you on about? Now he came in with full security, and he didn't want nobody to recognise him. Yeah, nobody right. So he's in the middle of security, kind of hiding. Do you know what I mean? Head down. My daughter's clocked him. That's Robert Pattinson. Now his other half was seeing an artist, and she was actually on stage at the West Holts. And
we've just got someone say FKA Twigs.
That's the one. Yes. That's the one. FKA Twigs. Yeah. Thank you, whoever that was. Was that Norm? That's Normie. That's another person that works with us as well. That's Norm. Yeah. And she's seeing him, and he's really well. They said that they didn't want. He said that he didn't want nobody near him. But is it him saying that, or is it his staff saying that? But at the end of the day, Naomi did get a picture with him. Oh yeah, we don't sneak them in. We're not allowed to. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to really say, "Can I get a picture with you?" But you know what I mean? If the good guys,
it's Glasgow though, isn't it? And it's a level, and I think Glastonbury runs off its own like set of rules.
Yeah, it does. It's its own. Yeah, I mean, it's its own entity. When you're down there, you don't want to know, and you don't think about anything except the moment you're in. And that's what we've lost. That's what you lose when you're in the real world, because you're always thinking about tomorrow. What am I doing in an hour? What am I doing in 3 hours? What am I doing next? But in Glastonbury, you don't. You think of that. You're in the moment. You're in the moment all the time, all day. You're in the moment, and you're living in the moment, and that's what makes it so exciting. And the vibe's always there, and it doesn't matter. It's that people say, "What about when it's raining?"
Nah.
Don't really matter. You don't really feel it. You do when it's you know what I mean, but you don't really feel it. You don't really.
You know when you feel it is when you want to just sit down. You know when you just want to sort of just sit down and you can't. That's when you feel it a bit more. But it still adds to it.
Yeah, it does. That is part of Glastonbury. If you haven't been to Glastonbury and haven't been soaked down to your underpants and your socks, you haven't done it. You haven't done it. Do you know what I mean? And and I've only been soaked out of my underpants and socks maybe once or twice. But you know what I mean? I think we've been kind of lucky over the past 10, 12 years with the weather. We've had more better weather than worse weather. So
the first one that I ever went to was 2007, and that was just torrential. Like it just didn't let up. It just did not let up. Like honestly, you don't even get it. Like people were going home, and we were like, "What are you going home for? It's Glastonbury." And like after that one, it's like there's been a couple of years after where it's rained a bit, and people have been blessed with sunny ones, so they're like, "Oh, look at the state of this." I'm like, you don't even know. Like it was up to waist height, and that was you got to think like because of the site, it improves every year on the things that they've learned from the year before. So that was after the fallow year of 2006 when the wall first went up to then for them to be like, right, we don't know what to do other than just put it on. So like, the water had nowhere to like run or like disperse to.
Oh no! So we get it. We do get a good call us working there. Do you know what I mean? Because we're the only stewards. The rest of them, we're the only stewards working Glastonbury at West Holts stage. All the other stages have security, meaning the SIA guys and blah blah blah. But because the West Holts stage is its own entity, and they've kept the value, what they want the steward, because they know that we can communicate with the people there on a better level than any of the security can. You look at the security and you don't really want, they're like the police out here, but when they see us as a steward, they go, yeah, where can we do this? Where can we do that? Where's this? Where that? They automatically think you're the front of all knowledge, and most of the time I am, but it just depends on what type of day it is. You know what I mean? If someone says to you, how do I get to Avalon? And you're like, Avalon, right, go back down here and take a left and you'll see near the sign, go straight towards the sign, you know what I mean? And it's like, how do I get to Greenpeace, and how do I get to blah, and you're like, freaking hell. But no, it just comes, the more you do it, the more it's easier. And luckily, the set out's usually the same every year.
Well, it is up until like all the bands finish, and then it just
Yeah.
changes again. So anybody who's not been Glastonbury, like once all the stages have closed, everyone tends to go to like the late night
The
part,
tents.
which is like
Yeah, yeah.
Shangri-La and all up there. But it
Yeah.
all changes the walkway system.
Workway system, yeah, because at that time of night, you've got to realise that there's 250,000 people there, and the people and everybody, and let me say there's 250 people out, but there's 250,000 people there, and when everything closes on the main site, and then it's time to go up into the devil side, which is Shangri-La, yeah, we call it the devilish, because you just see this light and this fire coming from the other side of the hill, and people are walking past you. Yo, mate, how do we get to Shangri-La? And you say, just follow the fire. Just see the fire in the sky. Just head towards the fire in the sky. And they have to make a one-way system because people won't get where they were going. So the one-way system takes you out and then back in through, you know what I mean? And then when you're coming out, you come out. The way they do it is based on safety, and they do it really good.
It makes sense, but it's just that's what in the behind the scenes infrastructure of just how that place is set. It's baffling because again, 2007 there were like human traffic jams. You know, it was really hard to people trying to get back and forth. So that's when they introduced it after. Yeah.
But after that, every year it gets better and better. Every year it gets better and better. We get informed of all the changes before the festival even starts because we're down there 5 days before the festival starts. So we go down on the Saturday before. So the festivals always start from the Thursday or the Friday.
That's a good lead in. That is a good segue. Yeah. That's where I was taking the interview. Well played.
Yeah. So we go down the week before, usually on a Friday or a Saturday, and we get down there. And you won't believe how busy it is. And it's like you're talking out of the 250,000 people that work there. You're talking about 25,000 security and stewards. And the amount of people that are there at so early trying to get everything up and ready. So when we get there, it's, I'd say, maybe a half done, 2 quarters, just under 2 quarters done. Then it's like the last 3 or 4 days, it's just like a Legoland. It just goes up, woof, and you think, where have they got? I mean, it's like they'll actually build a city from scratch. You're literally building a town from scratch, and all of a sudden it's there. And as quick as it goes up, it comes down even quicker. Believe me, it comes down even quicker. But
what's it like when you're there that early then? Like, what are you all doing? Because if there's nobody there, you're just getting like, what are you doing?
Oh, so you say there's nobody there. There's a lot of people there, yeah.
But do you know what I mean? But like, they're all workers, aren't they? So like,
they're all workers, staff. Some artists turn up really early. It just depends on what day they're on and what kind of pass they've got. But no, when we get there so early, we first thing we do is put everything down, find out where we're going to camp. Usually, we usually camp inside the grounds of Glastonbury somewhere, so we don't have to go out to camp. So we're always in the main gate. Do you know what I mean? So we're always in. So no matter what's going on, we can hear it 24 hours a day. So the first things we do is get our equipment in there, put it down, get our site up. Once we've got our site up, then we go for a walk. We'll all go for a walk and we'll just go around, see what's different, walk around. It'll take us a good 4 or 5 hours to go all the way around and to just go down the little bits and to see the sites that we want to see. First thing we do is go up to Glastonbury sign. Then stand up at the Glastonbury sign, have a good look out, say right, and then we'll get our bearings from there. All right, that's the real track. That's so-and-so. That's the dance stage. That's the dance area. Over there's blah blah blah, and there's right. Okay, and then we'll just wander around, speak to people, find out where the parties are. Yeah, find out.
That's what I mean. Is the party?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Find out where the parties are. Find out where the staff parties are. Find out if there's going to be any special guests or any surprise link-ups going to happen, because people always talk. As much as you want to keep it quiet, people always talk. So people will come down from dance area and say, yeah, blah blah blah. Kano's coming and Kano's going to bring Stormzy and Tampa and this part, and I'm like, right, okay. And then this person will say, no, so-and-so's coming in, he's blah, blah, and it's say, oh, what a minute, I've heard Idris Elba's doing a private party at so-and-so, and you'll hear all that, do you know what I mean? And it's just getting to grips with it and finding out what's going on. So you'll get your back, so you'll get most of them, you'll want, you need wristbands. But as soon as people know that you work there, so because we're there so early, people know that we work there, so they never forget your face. And they go, oh, you staff, aren't you? And you go, yeah. Some places are more aligned with each other, form alliances. So like West Holts might form an alliance with another stage area, and then we'll allow them into ours, and they'll allow us into theirs, and we'll look after each other. And that means they'll say, oh, can we come to see so-and-so? And I'll say, yeah, but can I come and see? Yeah. And it's one of them things, you know what I mean? It's all done hush and under the radar, but they know it happens, and it because we staff, you know what I mean? We know how far to go or where we need to be or what need to be. And the thing is, because of what I do there, it's it all happens at late at night. So I've literally got the whole day to myself, and then at night we literally work. Do you know what I mean? Few hours, 4 hours a day, and
how do you juggle seeing what you want to see, working and sleeping?
You don't. You've got to pick and choose. you're either sleeping or you're going out. Yeah, but work's a must. So work's a must. That's one thing, right? You got your hours from bed to there. So do you want to sleep or do you want to go out? I'm going out. Do you want? Yeah, I mean, it's your call. It's your call of what you want to do. And it's like what I tend to do is what I tended to do at the back end more lately. Cause it was beginning when I first were going down. I wanted to do everything. You see, when you want to do everything, I want to go see this person. I want to go see that person. I'm going, and then I need to sleep. And then it's like, wait a minute. And then you got to sleep at 6 o'clock, and then Shangri-La is still blowing out their music at freaking 6:15. So you can't sleep.
You can't sleep, yeah.
And then they'll probably switch off about 6:30. Then you'll have that hour and a half of quiet. And then all of a sudden, boom, testing. Other stage you'll be testing, or the pyramid stage you'll be testing, or some stage, or in the children's area they'll be testing. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, because you're in the middle of everything, you hear everything. So sleep, you catch your sleep when you can. You catch your sleep. For me, it's always easier to sleep in the afternoon. It's always easier to sleep in the afternoon on a hammock outside. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's always easier to sleep in the afternoon. Sleeping at night is a bit of a ball ache because it's too noisy. And plus, we work. Some of us are working till 6, so it's a bit because we split our shifts. We arrange to do our shifts, so we only do like 4 hours each. So sometimes I might take the back end, the late shift from 3:30 till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Sometimes I'll take the first bit from 1 till 4. I usually like the 1 till 4 bit because then you can work, bam bam, then go out, and then you know what I mean. You literally turn into one of the zombies from that.
That's when I saw you.
Yeah, but when I saw you, I was working.
You saw me.
Yeah, I saw you first. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, that's not Ben. That I'm looking and I'm thinking, it's coming around, and I thought, you had your arms up and you were like, and I thought, that's nice. And I went, you know him? I went, yeah, I know him. I went, yo, Ben, and then you turned around and you've gone, you're there. That's how I don't know if you're looking for me or not, but no. Yeah, that's what we get every day. That's what we get every evening. You know what I mean? Every day, every evening. Is the vibe is just people. The move towards better. Do you know what I mean? And they come and ask us questions. The amount of joke, you wouldn't believe the kind of questions we get asked and the jokes that we hear. And it's like the people alone just walking past. You could stand there all day and they're like, mate, how do I get to my tent? Where you camped? I don't know. It's blue though. My tent's blue. Right. Okay. Your tent's blue. Where you parked? What gate are you at? Well, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Right. There's 250,000 people in here, and you don't know where you camped. No. I tell you where I'm camped. up by dancing, right? Okay, so that's a good. You know what I mean? And then you figure out. So you get into big conversation with people just like that. It's so easy to spark conversation with people there. You know what I mean? But at the meantime, in the back of your head, you've always got to have your work head on and realize it is as much as this person's smashed and it's in the funny. We've got to keep them safe. Try get them to their place of destination as quick and safe as possible. So I always send people the long way home.
So they can sort themselves out.
So they can sort themselves out. Because if you try sending them the short way home, which is left, right, up that way, left, right, they're never going to remember. So you tell them, walk straight up to the top of this, then you take a right when you get to that other stage, and walk straight to the end, and then take a left, and you'll be there. So you tell them like that. You wouldn't tell them to come through. You just tell them to go round and round. Do you know what I mean? So it's having that balance of knowing what people want, but at the same time, try and keeping it as friendly as possible, and at the same time, safe as possible. Do you know what I mean?
Do you book your hours or get given your hours? Do you get a say if there's like a headliner you want to see? Do you get a say where you're like, I really want that one off? Or is it just you have to stick to the timetable you're given?
I don't know how the others do it with the security that's there. They're very tied down to what they've got to do. So they do 12-hour shifts, and which are long 12-hour shifts. And when they say to us, how long do you do, mate? I'm like, 4 hours. And then, we're doing 12 hours. And I'm like, more fool you. Do you know what I mean? But these are the security guys with the blue and the yellow, and the one will look like security, whereas we don't look like security. It's like my top now, what I've got on. I think this is from 2013. I think this is from 2013. I've got all my tops, and that's what we'll have, and it'll say, I'm going to go upside down now. It'll say West Holts on the back.
Yeah, crew.
Yeah, it'll say West Holts, so people know we're crew from West Holts, and then that's it, because nobody else has these T-shirts except West Holts crew. So people will so then even when we're going to different stages. If we go to other stage or to the other tents, and they'll say, "Oh, are you crew?" Like, yeah. Oh, cool. You can get behind here. So they'll look after you. Do you know what I mean? Because they'll be like, Ziggy Marley's on your stage, isn't he, tomorrow? And I'll be like, yeah. They're like, can I come and see him? And I'll be like, you can come see all you want. You can come see. No, can I come and see him behind stage? And you'd be like, well, who's on your stage today? I'll be like, I don't know. And then I remember one time I was up at the dance tent, and I stood there, and I've got my badges on, and I've got this T-shirt on, another one, and everybody's bumping and dancing. I'm stood right at the corner of the stage, and I'm looking around, and I'm seeing the security guy in front of me. So I've sort of like looked around security guy and then seen a few people dancing in front of him, something like that. Oh, there, but they all had bandanas on, and I'm looking. And then I've gone, I need to go outside. I mean, so I'm just outside the tent, just outside. So I've gone back outside the tent. And while I've gone back outside the tent, so the security guy sort of like picked somebody up and put them behind me. So then she's literally grabbed me and gone, "Are you staff?" And I've gone, "Yeah." But she's still got this mask on. And she's gone, "No, can you take me outside?" And I'm like, yeah, I can take you outside. So I said, "Just stand behind me." So I'm going through a crowd, like this. Outside, and she's going outside for a cigarette. We'll just say a cigarette. It wasn't a cigarette, but it was a cigarette. And then she's pulled down the mask, and I've looked at her and I've gone, fucking Arya Stark, wasn't
it? No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm looking at that, and I'm like, yeah, you've seen the photo? Yeah, no, I've got the photo, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, oh man, Game of Thrones was big. Just then, it was at the time when at that time she was just been inducted. She was just doing all the faceless killing on the Game of Thrones, and then she's literally there, stood in front of me. I'm going like, and she's looked at me, pulled it back up, and I'm gone. No. I said, I need a picture. No, I need a picture. And she's gone, okay then. So she pulled the mask down, and we stood there like that. And we took a picture, and then she goes, "Oh, will you just stand around while I have this?" I'm like, yeah, no problem. So she's there having a smoke, and stood round, and then I seen somebody else come out and looking at me. I'm looking. I'm thinking, who's that? and she's put her hair. I'm expecting blonde hair from Daenerys Storm. She's got dark hair in real life, hasn't she? Yeah, Dany, her name is. Yeah. So I'm looking, I'm thinking, that's Dany. So I'm like, who else is here? So then when she's like, oh, I'm going back in. So both of them have jumped back in, and I'm having a bit of a. I'm like, a bit of excited. I'm thinking, freaking hell. Just seen Daenerys and freaking, you know what I mean? I in the start. So then I'm like, I want to see what else is in there. So then I've gone back to my spot where I was stood, and I'm trying to look over there, and there were quite a few of the cast there, all masked up, and the thing is, you'll never really be able to, unless someone's there and they want to be blatant, you'll never be able to say, but no, they're all masked up, and most of the cast were there. Most of the cast. I wanted to go around and ask them all for a picture, but that has just been a bit too extra. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they were actually with not with, but they were Kano and Young Bane. They've gone to see Kano, so they're all garage fans. You know what I mean? And they were right at the front, shacking out proper. But no, it's one of those things where you will see everybody and notice nobody unless you're on that tip. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So, the final ones from me then, and as always, thank you for your time and sharing this side of it. It's mad. It's like you mentioned that someone were watching who was from your like camp area as well. Like, is it a proper close knit family then? You know, the West Holts team. Is it, you know, every year and stuff? And yeah, are you a proper fan?
It's the same people every year, the same crews every year. Yeah. So for the West Holts stage, we've got 1, 2, 3, probably 3 crews that do the security and the stage tending. So the 3 crews take care of, and we're the stewards, and we take care of the entry into the West Holts grounds, stage area, the hospitality area, anything to do with the sound area, and even where they camped as well. So we take care of all that ourselves. And because we are the only stewards in there, yeah, we looked at a bit more than stewards, because people look at us more as your own personal like little managers of, because when we're there, they'll come to us and say, right, I need to get to so and then we can sort that out because we've got our walkie-talkies, we've got our radios, we can get everything done literally in an instant, especially when we're down at the stage. It's everybody. So we've got the crews from Bristol, the crew from Bristol that comes. There's a crew from London that comes, and there's the Yorkshire lads, which is us lot that come, and we all meet together every year. And the thing is, they absolutely love us, because not just because of our accents, but because we're so nice. Yeah, we never get no complaints, and we'll bend over backwards to make you stay a good one as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, when it comes to making sure when people are having the best time they can. Yeah, I think the West Holts always delivers, because they know we will bend over backwards for them. Do you know what I mean? And we get looked after. But this is the thing, you know what I mean? We get looked after. We get food. We get somewhere to stay. We've got hot water. We've got showers. We've got porcelain toilets. You know what I mean? We've got toilet paper. we've got everything. We've got everything. So the only natural thing to do is to make sure that everybody who hasn't got everything has a good time. Because they haven't got what we've got, but they still have a good time. Do you know what I mean? So it's but no, so we all do know each other. All the crews over the past 12 years, I've seen the same people every other year and every year, and you just get closer and closer and closer and closer, and that's it. So you might get the odd new face within the crew, but the crew, the majority stays the same. I don't think they would allow a totally new and unknown band of guys to come in and try to do something. Do you know what I mean? It's just not the way they work. It's what about that saying, who you know is the most important thing in Glastonbury. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah, simple. It's who you know. If you know somebody, then you can get it done. Not though you might be the best sound engineer, you might be the best artist, you might be the best person, whatever. But if you don't know the right people, you're not getting in the right places. Yeah. Some places are advertised, some places are. places that are advertised really, places like the rabbit hole, where you have to go find, and that's like that's a mission, and it's the entrance to the rabbit hole could change every other day. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing. But one year we got I got a band, and this is what you get from going early. So we'd gone down there the 5 days before, mingling around, speaking to people, and then there's just one guy that I've looked at, and I've gone, what them bands you carrying? He's got loads of bands, and he's gone, this is for the rabbit hole, blah blah blah. It's only for staff. So I went, excuse me. What? I went, all right, your staff. He went, yeah. I went, give us a couple of them. So he's gone, right. Looked at it, he goes, where are you from? West Holts. First of all, he's gone, who's ever playing on West Holts? I went, yes, they are. I went, yes, they are. You know what I mean? So he put 5 bands in my hand anyway. So I'll give a couple of bands out, and then it's like because you have to as much as you want to please everybody, you can't. So one of them bands is mine, yeah, and then I'm going to save a band for whoever's coming with me. So that'll be somebody I know who's going to be the best fun. The rest of the other 3 can go, and then we've got these bands for the rabbit hutch, and we were looking for the entrance, so we've gone right up to where this carousel thing is, right up where the sign is. There's a carousel thing. We're looking, and somebody says it's round there somewhere, the entrance to this place. So we're looking for the entrance, and we just seen this bush, and in this bush there was a door, but the door was about 1.5 feet tall.
Right.
So you have to get on your knees to get in the door. So it's like that. Is this it? And the guy's just standing there saying, I don't know. He goes, go in and have a look. He knows, so we like that. Martin, get in there first. So we like that. Got our bands, look. So he's opened the door, bent down, opened this door. We've crawled in. We're crawling in this hole, like that, and then come out, and it actually came out into somebody's. It's like basically coming out into somebody's fridge. So, and I came out of a fridge door, yeah, and so I stood up, and then I'm looking, so I've pushed this door open, and it's a fridge on the inside. But then when I've walked out, there's about 20 people, and they're all looking at me, come out of the fridge, and they've looked at me and started clapping. Oh, my head's gone, what's going on here? I've just walked out of a fridge, so I've shut this fridge. Martin's come out of the fridge, and then they've gone, oh yeah. We're sitting down, so I'm looking, I'm thinking, is there something else that we need to do? No, that is the club. So then you walk around, and it's got loads of little hideouts, and it's like loads of little hiding places, and I'm trying to see. I'm rubbish with names, absolutely rubbish with names, and that's when I seen there's a Cockney guy now. I know his daughter's called. His daughter's a singer. She's a Cockney singer. Anyway, it'll come to me, and I just
about Lily Allen. You're about Keith
Lily
Allen.
Yeah. Keith Allen.
Who sang Vindaloo?
He lives there.
No,
Keith Allen.
Do you remember the football song Vindaloo?
Vindaloo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, him. Yeah. I seen him. He was the first I seen him. He sat there in his Saturday. He's going, oh, what are you guys doing in it? And he's got this funny voice, and I'm like, I know the voice, I know the face, but I don't know you. And I've looked at him, and I've gone, oh yeah. And he's gone, come and have a sit down. You know what I mean? And that's how what they're like with you. Have a drink, and you're sitting down, and you think, who's that? That's Steve, fucking Lily Allen's dad. Lily Allen's dad. But then you'll go outside, and Lily Allen was in the other room. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things where you can't blow up at anything. You can't be, because anything can happen. Anything can happen, so you can't.
It's not that you can't like blow up or get giddy at it, because Glasto out tops it all.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, and it's like they're there, and they're just as giddy as you half the time. Yeah. And it's like when Idris was doing his set once. I've walked into Idris's set, and he was doing a set in where was it? I think it was up in the dance area, and one of the tents, and I've gone round to see him, and it was freaking packed, and I thought, well, I'm never going to get to see Idris now. Let me just go back and get something to eat. Gone back down to the stage, gone down to complimentary, got some food. Went back up to camp, came back down to camp for work time, you know what I mean? Stood at the gate like that, waiting. Oh, did I see him round like that? And he's looked at me, and I've gone. And as I put my hand up like that, he's gone like that with my hand. Put my hand back down and gone, can I get in there? I went, fucking, of course you can. Yeah, yeah. And his wife was there, his first wife, his first girlfriend, but she was his manager as well. Didn't like her. So I can see why he got rid of her. I can see why he got rid of her. Yeah, didn't like her at all. Because she was like, no, we're going up so-and-so, we need to get, and he's like, no, he goes, what are you saying, bro? He goes, I said, you can come in here, I'll escort you, he goes, listen to the guy. I said, brother, man, he goes, we're gonna, she was like, no, we're gonna, and anyway, ended up coming in for a bit. No, it didn't end up coming in that time. It gone, and I said, as we were walking off, I thought to myself, I need a picture. So I took off my work top and freaking high vis, run down past all these people. I said, Idris, since he's not coming in, can I get a picture? She was like that, no, he's too busy. And he went, yeah, let's get a picture. Yeah, we just took a picture, and there with big grin, biggest grin about, you know what I mean? And then he's just like that with his hat, and took that picture. Then he's fucked up, then he's gone, and then he's come back later, and says, yeah. I said, yo, you with me? Went down, had a couple of brandies, listened to it. I think was it DJ EZ that were DJing in ours. Yeah, DJ EZ was DJing in our on our stage, on our tent, in our wine bar, and everybody wanted to come in and see him. Oh yeah, but no, it's just funny because you can be working, and I am good with faces, not too good with names, and I don't know too many of the indie bands or the rock bands or whatever, and people were just coming up to the door and saying, "Oh, can I get in there? Can I get in there?" And I'd be like, "Oh, well, if you have to ask, you can't." And wait a minute, let me see your badge. Oh no, you can't. And it's like people come in and you think to yourself, "Who are these people?" And it's like the amount of people I've turned away that are from big groups. I think I turned away half the Eagles one time. Yeah, yeah. They've come in and they were like, "Oh," and I've gone, "Oh no, you lads can't get in." And someone's come up to me and goes, "Do you know what they are? That's Eagles. That's Eagles and so and so." And they'd actually come down with I think what's his name? See, so with names. I'm rubbish with names. They'd actually come down with Brian Ferry. Brian Ferry. Oh, yeah. Came with Brian Ferry and Brian Ferry's son. And Brian Ferry was inside waiting for him. And I've sent him away. And then I'm like, then someone's come and goes, "That's it, I'm sure he's waiting for him," and all like that. And his son came back, and about 10 minutes later, and I've gone, "Are you waiting for some people?" And he's gone, "Yeah, waiting for someone. It's just a few friends." I'm like, "Friends or people?" And he's gone, "Yeah, just a few friends from son." I'm like, "Are the older guys?" He went, "Yeah." I went, "Wait here." And I've run down. Yeah, because they were going to Shangri-La, and they'd have probably died of heart attack if they'd got to Shangri-La. And I've turned them back around, I found them, I said, "Are you the guys that?" And I said, "Can I have a look at your badges?" So I've looked at the badges, and all the badges say AAA. And I've gone, "You should have just shown me your badge. We'll come back." Anyway, so we walked back, and they ended up staying about 3 days. But they're all like over 60 years old, all these guys. You know what I mean? I didn't even know they were rock stars. I just, you know what I mean? And half the time, you don't know who's who. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? That's what makes everybody equal. You go down to Glastonbury, and once you come off that stage, don't care who you are, once you come off that stage, you're equal. It's just like Beyonce, just like Jay-Z, just like Kanye. Once you come off that stage, not Kanye. Kanye was a bit special. He was a big diva, big diva. But you know what I mean? And it's like you're just on one level. Everybody wants to be the same. They want that experience, and you can't get that experience if people are mauling at your feet and mauling at you. Do you know what I mean? You need, if you want that experience of Glastonbury, you have to go incognito for them anyway. Do you know what I mean? And that's how they do. A lot of them do. They'll walk around. They'll have masks on or hats right down or big sunglasses. And the amount of times I've walked past people and thought, "Oh, Surfy Cylinders," but you know what I mean? You can't. "Hey, Surfy then." You just look and you think, yeah, you're here to have a good time. It is what it is, and that's how it goes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That brings us up. I'm getting a countdown. There's a minute left, so that perfectly brings us to the end of the chat, man. Jay, thank you, cuz, so much for that.
No problem, bro. No problem.
Proper sick chat, and next year, no doubt, I'll see you there again. 100%.
We might better do it live in Glastonbury this next year.
Yeah, do you know what? I am going to do a Loose Lips live there next year. Like, that's one of the things I'm going to do. That I'm going to DJ, and I'm going to do my stand-up. Like, me and the universe are on it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
But bless you as always.
Keep me informed.
Respect, man. Stay cool.
Nice indeed. Yeah,
Stay
definitely.
low, everyone. Peace.
Yeah, well, definitely.
There you are, everybody. An interesting look behind the scenes at Glastonbury. This is Loose Lips Series 3. That was episode 2. I'm going to be coming back in around about a few minutes, actually, to do everybody's opportunity to join me on a chat and share their most best, craziest, interesting Glasto stories. So I'll see you in a few. Peace.